Hi, everyone. Good evening. Very happy Christmas to you. And my name is James Sanderson, and I'm your host this evening. We've got a super exciting call tonight. We've got a presentation about the product, which Paula will be doing. Then we've got our special guest, organized by charity called Carine, and she's going to be on. Thank you, Carine, for joining us. Then we've got Howard, who will be presenting the business. And then we've got our wonderful guest speaker, Charity, who will be sharing her story and also how she gets someone started. So we're all sitting on the edge of our seats because Charity is so successful with our business. She's very senior position, PMD. I think she may be PMD plus, but certainly PMD. And she's a Club 300, which means that she's helped 300 people develop a really good, strong business with Juice Plus. So we can't wait to hear about that and to hear about her special tips. And I saw Charity on stage in Harrogate, and I saw her speaking. I thought, wow, we absolutely must have her as a guest. So she's already spoken on the Coffee Success training, I think last month, and here she is with us tonight. So without further ado, we're going to move straight on to a presentation about the product. So I'm going to bring on, I'm just going to do the, here we go. Great, and I'm going to introduce us to the wonderful Paula Wilkinson. So Paula, are you there?
I'm here, just
Great.
checking. Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone. As James said, my name is Paula, and I'm going to be talking about our amazing Juice Plus products. I might kind of babble on because I've got 5 minutes, and I'm so passionate about these products. It's so hard to get what I want to say in 5 minutes, but I'm going to try my best. So I'm going to give you a really quick overview and what makes our Juice Plus products absolutely amazing and unique. So basically, the main thing is they are the world's most researched nutritional products in the world, and they've got 40 gold standard clinical studies, which means they are 40 gold standard clinical studies, as I was just saying. Gold means like the best clinical studies you can get, and they're in top universities and hospitals all over the world. And interestingly enough, for what's happening in the world at the moment over the last few years, where we know that people are more aware now that building your immune system and keeping yourself healthy helps to prevent certain things and getting sick. And we've got 4 of our studies show that our Juice Plus products help to support our immune system. So that's a good enough reason as it is. All of our products are completely natural. They are made from fruits and vegetables, all completely natural, organic, vegan, and just absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to run through our main product, where you can see here in the fruit basket, there's a few bottles there. And the red, the green, and the purple are our premium capsules. Now, they are our flagship product. They are the ones with all the science behind them. And basically what they are is 30 raw fruits and vegetables and berries in capsules. So you get all of the antioxidants and nutrition that you would get from all of that 30 in every single day in your diet in capsules. So it's a really convenient, easy, affordable way of just getting all that your body needs to help keep you healthy, which is all backed by the science that I just mentioned, in just such an easy way. To help keep healthy, keep our immune system strong. I've taken the products for almost 8 years now, and I used to be the type of person who was always getting colds and picking up the stuff that was going around. I probably have about 3 colds a year, and hand on my heart, I haven't had one single sniffle or anything this is my 8th winter, so I'll forever be a raving fan for what they've done for me. So as well as adults being able to get the health benefits, we've got this amazing program called the Healthy Starts for Families program. And basically it is where an adult buys the premium capsules, they're eligible to get absolutely free either chewables or capsules of fruits and vegetables for a child or a teenager. So it's an amazing way of the whole family getting healthy. And we all know that getting fruits and vegetables in children and teenagers is a pretty hard task. So this is just a really easy way of knowing that they're getting all that nutrition to help keep them healthy. So we've had over 1.5 million families all over the world taking part in this program, with a staggering 96% of them showing that they're reporting positive health benefits. And you can just see a few of them here. And again, my daughter started them when she was 5. She's now 13 and she hasn't had a day sick since either. So as well as the capsules and the chewables, we've got our complete range, which is, as the name suggests, complete. You can have it, it's got everything your body needs for a highly nutritious meal. You can choose the plant protein shakes. We've got the bars, we've got the soups, which I've just had one amazing, quick, easy nutrition, nutritious meal. You can have for the shakes, you could have one for your breakfast, you can have for lunch, gives you energy all day, keeps you going for hours, so you don't have all that kind of mid-morning snacks and everything. Or you can have it as a whole meal replacement any time of day. Amazing for weight loss, pre and post workout, or just for absolutely anybody. So that is our products. As I said, a very quick overview. If you want to know more, please go to the person who put you on the call this evening, and they'll run through a little bit more, and particularly the science and the research behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. That's amazing. You always do it so well. You just take it so quickly and really give us the excitement, because the product, after all this time I've been involved with the company now for 33 years, I just can never stop being excited about our product. It's a world beater. It's history in the making. It's absolutely incredible. So we're going to now hear from Carine. Carine, are you there? And Carine, could you possibly keep your story to 2 minutes? I know it's going to be difficult, but we're under a tight program now on the timing. So we'd love to hear your story, Carine. And thank you, Charity, for arranging Carine to come on.
Hello, good evening. Compliments of the season, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, my name is Carine. I would like to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to both Coach Charity and also my upline, Clara. My testimonial is very short and just one word: improved eyesight. Ever since I started using this product, I've seen a lot of benefit. Normally I use glasses. These are my glasses. I've been using glasses since I was 10, and every time I go for eye checkup, I must change my glasses. But when I went last for my eye checkup, they said my eyesight is improved. There was no need for any new prescription. So having used this product, I am I'm not going to change it for anything. I will keep encouraging people to use it, and then they will see the health benefits of it. So that's all I have to say. There are also other health benefits, but this for me, for using glasses for over 20 years without having a new prescription, that for me alone is all I have to say. So thank you very much.
Wow, Carine, thank you so much for sharing such an amazing story. And when you got that news from the optician, you must have been, wow, I'm so excited. You must have almost been in tears, because it was such a huge moment for you.
Oh, yes, because normally I would save money because I know I will need to get new glasses. But that money that I save, I say, you know what, at least I'm using it for my product. So thank God for that I don't have to buy new glasses, keep using my products, and hopefully one day there will be no need for using the glasses. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I love your backdrop, by the way.
Thank you.
It looks like you're in the space station, but or you're on one of Elon Musk's rockets. But anyway, and I love the jumper. It looks amazing. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Let's now move back to our presentation, and I'm going to introduce you to the amazing Howard, who is going to be talking to us about our fantastic business. So here we go. And I'm just going to line up the slides. And Howard, thank you so much for coming on. I'm just going to line up your slide, and please take it away.
Thanks very much, James. Warm welcome to everybody. Thank you so much for joining us in Christmas week, especially to those people who are looking at this perhaps for the very first time. Now, one thing that's very interesting right at the moment is that we are welcoming around about, or actually slightly in excess of 5,000 new partners into the Juice Plus company, or the Juice Plus family, every single month. Now, why is that, do you think? Well, even before a little virus escaped out of a laboratory in Wuhan a couple of years or so ago, there was an incredibly high awareness, or an increasingly high awareness, for personal health and well-being amongst the population generally. And the reason for that is very simple. You could not open a magazine, switch on the TV or radio without being told this was good for you, this was bad for you. It's all a bit confusing. But one salient fact is that fruit and vegetables are timeless. They are never, ever going to go out of fashion. And with Juice Plus finding this extraordinary way of being able to fill in the gaps between what we should be eating and what most of us do with our busy lives each and every day, it's not surprising that people are interested because of that. Add COVID into the equation, and of course that heightened awareness becomes even more acute. Not only that, with all the economic uncertainty that's going on at the moment, the number of people that I've met over the last year or so that have either lost their jobs, they're fearful of losing their jobs, or their businesses, with the knock-on effect of the people that they employ as well losing their jobs. All that uncertainty means that there has never been a time in the 8 years that I've been doing this, or nearly 8 years, where more people are open to looking at opportunities. And the reason for that is that, people's overheads are going up. Look at the cost of fuel and what's happened to that more recently. We're hearing now that inflation is over 5%. That's set to increase, let me tell you. So all these costs and the cost of living is going up, but people's incomes, if anything, in real terms, are going down. So never has there been an opportunity or a time where more people are looking for other opportunities to bring money into their households. Let's move on to the next slide, James. Thank you. Now, if I told you that there was not only one, not two, not three, but 4 different ways that you can actually derive an income from Juice Plus. Now, we've only got a limited amount of time, so I'm only going to talk about just the one. Now, everybody starts on the left-hand side of that staircase you see in front of you as a partner. Now, with help, training, and encouragement from people who have a vested interest in you doing well, you can walk up, run up, or sprint up that staircase. The speed is up to you. You have your hand on your throttle, your foot on the accelerator. But if you do make it from the left-hand side all the way across to that position of PMD plus on the right, you will accrue bonuses to the tune of very nearly £120,000. Now, as I say, that's only one way. Factor in 3 other ways of being able to make money, and the income that people can make, certainly on the right-hand side of that staircase, is comparable to some very, very senior positions in the corporate world. And guess what? You don't have the stress. You don't have the pressure. It really is a question of looking for people who are prepared to make an extraordinary effort to help train and encourage other people to achieve exactly what they want from their own franchise. Now, you might think that by setting up a business or starting a business like this, you think, my goodness, I'm going to have to look at stock. I'm going to have to look at wages and staff. Not actually true. When I started a business back in 2002. I had to invest £30,000 of my own money. No borrowing. It was all hard-earned cash. And that only got me half a business. I had to find somebody else to match my investment. But our partner company, the Juice Plus company, they have done all the heavy lifting. Now, you can see some of the things that they actually do for us there. In addition, they've done all the product development, the research and development into these products, all the regulation that has to be done behind the scenes prior to a new market opening. We'll talk about some of those in a minute. But you can see those other things there just to start with. You get a virtual office and an e-commerce website. And how much is this going to all cost me, you're thinking? If I tell you it's £50 and you get all this, the risk is so small as to be nothing at all. It really is. Compared to the upside, the risk is practically nothing. So let's move on to the next slide. And how soon can we actually start making some money from this? The answer is straight away. The really cool thing that I found is that, hey, you get paid for your own usage. So it's actually in your vested interest to try as many products as possible and see what works for you. You get cash back, or effectively you get paid for your own use straight away. And with just one or two, maybe family members, maybe work colleagues, friends, family, whatever it is, with a couple of extra people who may want to join you on that healthy journey, you have the chance to get a recoup on your investment straight away. That first step up the ladder attracts a bonus of £80. Throw in the commissions, which is probably about the same, you're looking at about £150 to £160. So you're already in profit straight away. So those figures there of 330 to 1,080 in your first 3 months are quite notional. Some people have done far better than that. As I said, your hand is on the throttle. How fast you go is up to you. Now, that's the present. Let's have a look at the future. Let's just look at where we are now and where we're going. Here's a world map, the Juice Plus world map. And not surprisingly, if you look at North America, the company is based in Memphis. So no surprise that North America is covered. And just before COVID happened, the company opened in Mexico. Now, if you come across to Europe, Western Europe was almost completely covered up until last Wednesday when Portugal opened. It was a soft launch, and next month there's going to be a full launch in Portugal. And I think we all know one or two people who are active over there, and they are very, very excited. But I bet we all may know one or two people with our connections on social media who, if they aren't in Portugal themselves, they might know people there. And I'm talking about Portugal here. The rest of Europe is pretty well covered, certainly Western Europe, a few gaps in Eastern Europe. But then if we look into Asia, we're in the UAE, and that was a springboard for us to open in Malaysia and also Singapore. And you can see Australia and New Zealand, but they're here. Look at the gaps. Look at the gaps. Russia, India, China, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Bangladesh. There are approaching 4 billion people across those markets. Nearly half the world's population, in fact, slightly over half the world's population. Now, do you think for one second that there may be people in those markets? And I haven't even pointed out Africa, empty, as far as Juice Plus is concerned, and South America as well. Do you think there are people in these markets who maybe have concerns about their own personal health and well-being? Do you also think there could be people in these markets who have concerns about their finances and might be interested in looking at opportunities? I'll leave that question with you, but with the power of modern communications and the internet, it has never, ever been easier to make connections anywhere, from people in the next street to people on the other side of the world. It really is that simple to actually make connections and share an opportunity with products that are proven with science. And the company has found their way to work their way into all these trends that fit perfectly with what we're doing. So the interesting thing really is that this is all going to happen with or without any person on this call. The question is, can you afford to pass this up? And how much of it do you actually want? With that thought, I'll leave that with you and hand you back to our host, James. Thanks very much.
Brilliant, Howard. Thank you very, very much indeed. So eloquent. And it just really, every time I look at this, I just get so excited. I think, my goodness, look at all these countries. And you're so right. Never been a better time. So everybody, the world over, never had a situation like this before, where every single person in the world is thinking about their own health. I mean, it's staggering, the opportunity that we have. Brilliant. So Charity, we are so excited to have you on. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Wonderful. Great. So I'm so thrilled to have you on. You know, when you spoke at Harrogate, I thought, wow, you really speak so well. You've got so many interesting things to say. But can we just start off? Obviously, we're going to hear your story first, and then we're going to hear about how you get people started. And I know you particularly focus on relationships, which I think is such a great thing. But just to reiterate, everyone, Charity is Club 300. I mean, this is a staggering achievement. 100 is, Club 100 is for a lot of people like Mount Everest, but Club 300, I mean, we're talking about like going into outer space with our business. So we can't wait to hear about it. So Charity, first of all, if you could just tell us your story.
Thank you so much, James. Thank you for having me on this platform. I've watched you from far, and I'm like, oh my God, will I ever really be able to step into your toes and stand beside you? So I would say it's a great honor to be here on this platform once again. I found this opportunity 6 years and 3 months ago on social media, and when I found this opportunity, what I wanted to do was to actually lose weight. I have just had my first and my second baby, and I was like kind of like putting on the weight. My confidence was going, my self-esteem was going, everything literally about me was going. And I have just stayed at home for 6 years, full-time, looking after my 2 kids, and totally depending on my husband. So 2 things I wanted that year, 2015, was to get something doing. I didn't care what it was, but I just wanted to get something doing. If I have to, if I can go out there and do a job that would give me £100 every month, I was okay with that. So, and then I needed to lose weight as well. So I met my upline, my sponsor, my angel, on Facebook, and I could see her sharing her journey. And she sent me a friend request. We became friends, and like we all know what happens after that. And I was watching her, seeing her, sharing her own journey and all of that, and I got interested. So I got to the point where I said to myself, I need to do something about my weight, and got in touch with her, bought the cheapest product from her, from my credit card. I didn't have any cash. There was no single penny in my account in my name. So joining the business, buying the product was from credit card. Instantly, as I bought the product from her, I got that prompting in my spirit. This lady has just made money off you, and this is you looking for a job. You could be doing the same thing. So I reached out to her and I asked her, what would it take for me to join your business? She said, oh, for you to become a franchise partner, all you need is £50. And I'm like, £50? Wow. Are you sure? She said, yes. So I got my credit card out. She sent me her link and I registered. And here I am, 6 years and half, still doing the business, loving every bit of it, every bit of the process. 2 months into me joining the business, I got a job with the House of Commons as one of the supervisors there, and gave myself 3 years. My husband gave me 3 years to be in this business and see what can come out of it, but I gave myself 2 years out of it. And 2 years exactly, November 2017, I quit my job. I said goodbye to my boss. No, what would I call it? I didn't have to hand in any resignation letter. I didn't have to look back, because I sat then seeing what was coming from this business that I was doing part-time. We were able to buy our own place in Kent. I live in Kent. And once we moved to Kent, commuting from here to London was something I wasn't ready to do. Whereas I've got a part-time business that I was building part-time that was giving me almost twice what I was getting from the full-time job. So I had to stop working and focus more on building the business.
Fabulous, fabulous, Charity. I mean, what a story. I absolutely love that. And of course, now, you're absolutely flying high. And a lot of people on the call are going to be thinking, well, we really don't know if we can do that. How could we possibly ever get going? What would we do to get started? So, Charity, can you just tell us how you get someone started, or how you would advise someone to get started? And how would you imagine someone to look at their first 6 months? Because you said you set yourself a target of 2 years. So if someone else was going to set their target of 2 years, how would you imagine that would pan out for them to see success?
For anyone that wants to, what I would say to us, when I look back to when I joined the business and now, I would say I hopped into a business that I had no idea what it was all about, what was the future of this business for me. I joined in it because I was desperate for that change. And I think one thing for anyone out here that wants to really give it their all is that you have to be hungry for it. You have to really be hungry. If you are for me, I was in a situation whereby I was totally dependent on my husband for every single penny, up until wanting to get a sanitary towel. Every single penny was him. So for me, I was tired of it. I was tired of having to go to him for every single penny. I wanted my own money. So that kept me pushing. That was one of my biggest why. And the other of my biggest why was my kids. I wanted to be able to not to stop making excuses of, I can't afford to buy this. Let me think about it. So if you are really, for anyone on this call tonight, one thing I would say to you, you have to be hungry to make that change. Change is something that is constant. You're always going to want to change something in your life. And if this business is something that you can get into that would change that position, that would turn you from being someone that is totally dependent on anyone or even on the government or whoever you are dependent on, that would make you to become an independent person.
So Charity, let me ask you, let's say someone says, right, I'm ready to get going. How would you advise them to get started? What would they do? They're hungry and they want to go for it. What are they practically going to do to get started?
Well, whoever brings you into the business becomes responsible for you. So if you are ready to say, I'm ready to get started, one thing I would want to do with that person is to get that person to actually give them that clarity of what their roles and expectation is for them coming into the business. They're expected that they have to be on Zoom calls, they have to attend the trainings, they have to be able to understand that you coming into this business, you have to be able to be a product of the product, get to speak to people, share your journey with people, share your success with people. You might come in and you might not have your own success story yet, but then you've got people who have been there before you, who have amazing, wonderful testimonials that you can go out there and talk to people about it. So one thing is, you're ready, you want to give it a go, then I would start by giving you that clarity of the job, because it's very important for anyone to be successful, for an individual to be successful in whatever they're doing. They need that clarity. So for them to understand what their role is.
Great. Okay. Well, that's absolutely fantastic. So when you get someone started, what would you expect, ideally, their first 6 months to look like?
Sorry, James. Sorry, okay. I got distracted there. Sorry.
Let's say you get someone started. What would you imagine the first 6 months to look like? If you are really saying, right, come on, we're really going to do this big time, what would you expect them to do within the first 6 months? And what position might you dream or hope that the person might achieve within 6 months?
Now, within 6 months, if you set your goal within 6 months, you know what is expected of you, and you put in your effort into the business, it's guaranteed that at least minimum you should get yourself to sales coordinator position. So if you have that, it's all about you being focused. If you've set a goal for yourself, you've set a big goal for yourself. Now you are expected to start with, the first thing first is pick the product. What health goals are you looking to achieve? Once you've been able to get that understanding of what your health goals are or what you need to achieve, pick a product on that aspect. Pick the product that would actually help you to achieve your success story. I'm going to give you an example. I had a lady that bought the product a few days ago, and she's only used it. She started using it yesterday. And I've been trying to convince her to join the business. And she said to me, is it possible that you can just take the premium capsules and the omega for one night, for one day, and then wake up the following day and you don't feel the headache that you felt every single day when you wake up in the morning? So the guarantee is that when you join the business, when you kick up the business and you pick a product, within a month, you would definitely notice a slight change. It might not be massive, but you see that slight change that you get, be ready, be willing to share it, to talk about it. Because you don't know who you might be reaching out to when you're talking about it. We need to, for anyone that is coming on, apart from you being able, ready, and wanting to share your own story, you must also have confidence, have that belief in the product. Yeah. Because if you don't have the belief that this product can do what it is said to do to you, to your body, knowing that the product, one, is bioavailable, so that means it gets to go into your bloodstream and it begins to work around your cells and all that it needs to do. So that's one thing. Share your journey, no matter how little it is. That would get you a customer. And then go out there. No matter how little the money that Juice Plus has paid you, even if within the first month of you joining the business, you don't get your first promotion and you're able to buy your own product for yourself, and Juice Plus pays you £10, that £10, you didn't get that £10 last month.
Yeah.
So if you're working full time, that £10 is an extra £10 that has come into your account. So what do? Talk about it.
Yeah. No, I love this, Charity. Now, time is, we're running a little bit out of time, but a lot of people are going to say, well, look, the way you come across is absolutely fantastic, by the way, and I love what you emphasize, and it's just so superb. But a lot of people are going to ask, well, how on earth, Charity, did this business escalate to the point of becoming a 300 club? Because that is astonishing. So can you give us a bit of an indication of what led you? What was the explosion that happened in your business, and why did this happen for you to go Club 300?
Pandemic came.
Say again?
We had the lockdown. We had the pandemic. Everyone was really worried about their health, and it came, and most people were at home. And what were we doing? It was a time where we sat down every single day. I sat down every single day with my team. We did Zoom meetings in and out.
Yeah.
Every day, training. We were sharing products, sharing testimonials, going out there. It's all about the fact that I was ready and willing to connect with my team members. Once you're able to have that connection with your team members, and you're able to pick each and every single one of them accordingly, not as a team. Every single person has their own ability. And if you're able to get that connection, to understand each person's ability and how they can understand what you're relating to them and work with them based on that ability, you would be able to get everyone on board.
I love that, because I remember when we were in Harrogate, you said that the critical moment came when you made the shift from just working the numbers to building relationships. Talk about that a little. I think we've already touched on that, but talk a little bit more into that, if you can, please. About the importance of relationship.
The importance of you building relationship with people is the fact that you need to understand that each person, the individuality in each person that comes into your team.
Yeah.
Every single person is individual. So you treat them as individual, not as a team. And then you start building that relationship. You begin to understand what that person is able to do. What task can that person do? So you would have somebody, once I'm able to understand that, oh, Paula is good at doing presentations. So what do I do? I'm not going to give Paula what I know that she cannot do. Sorry, Paula, I'm using your name. I'm not going to give Paula what she cannot do, because I know when it comes to presentation, she's got passion for it. That's what she can do. So I would give her that. So once you're able to understand and build that relationship with each person, not as a team, but as a person, that's what it is.
I love that. Charity, we're going to have to finish there. We're way over time. You have been amazing. I absolutely love the way you present, the way you come across, the key things that you say are so fundamental, and we absolutely love it. So this is recorded. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to be having a break over Christmas and New Year. We will be back with these calls again on Wednesday, January the 12th. But the weekend before that, January the 8th, we will be back with the Coffee Success Training. And I've got very, very exciting news that we have on the bill 6 incredible speakers, but top of the bill is John Holowati. So that really, really will be absolutely astounding. And we've also got Constance on as well. So can you imagine what a powerhouse of a call, of a presentation that's going to be? If you haven't been on before, the Coffee Success training is from 10 till 12. It's online, 6 speakers speaking for 15 minutes each. It's absolutely outstanding. Anyone that is serious about the building the business, you cannot possibly afford to miss that. So thank you everyone very, very much. A warm, super happy Christmas. Thank you very much, Charity. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, Carine, very, very much for coming on. Thank you, Carine. And thank you so much, Paula, for coming on as well. We do appreciate you so much. What an amazing evening. I would never miss this for the world. The tips that we get on these evening calls are absolutely excellent. So thank you, everyone. Good night. And we'll
Thank you, everyone.
January the 8th. Take
care. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.